Hello, Curious, and welcome back. There has been so much talk about the former President of the United States recently, from the riots in the Capitol Hill to him leaving the White House, and there has been much talk in the media about him and his family. Many people love Donald Trump's wife Melania for being so fashionable and quiet, but is she really that perfect? Today, we'll explain to you what scandals had been going on in her life from the very beginning, and what sparked controversy during her marriage and her role as the First Lady of the United States of America. Which of her ex-friends had turned their back on her and aired her dirty laundry? What are her most outrageous moments that put Melania's name on everyone's lips? Since many are quick to just call her Donald's ornament, and though she is quiet, is that really her true her? Make sure you stay with us until the very end to find out all the information, but before we continue, don't forget to hit the bell and the subscription button so you don't miss any of our future videos. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Facebook so you stay up to date with all of the latest and hottest celebrity news. So Curious, for those who imagine that we will talk about the dark side of Melania with regards to her scandalous magazine covers and a series of provocative photo sessions, you are mistaken. What we will touch upon in this video goes much deeper into her professional career and has nothing to do with the way she made her living in the past. We promise you this is much more sinister. Although many media outlets have described the former First Lady as a woman who is submissive as a wife and mother, and on several occasions they had even made jokes saying that for every macho man there should also be a Melania, as in many interviews, she was heard and seen defending her husband Donald Trump. Even defending him from the endless scandals that surround him due to his reported disrespect for women, love scandals, infidelities, and so on, which by the way we have several videos on our channel dedicated, so you can go ahead and check them out by clicking on the link above. Though stay with us for now, and there is always Melania who comes forward saying that for her, the way her husband is enough. It is public knowledge that among contracts of everything you can imagine, it has been speculated that Melania has various marriage clauses accepted and signed by this former model and now former First Lady at the time. And one of the most sinister ones allegedly states that in the case of pregnancy, she would have 15 days after giving birth to recover to the figure and weight what it was before. What do you think of that rumor, Curious? Do you think that it is just that? But what really made Melania accept all of these issues that surround her husband and therefore her family? Moving on, here comes the good part, that despite this facade of tranquility and the supposed submission, there is a real Melania of which few people speak, or maybe a few dare to speak. Some even go as far as to say that since the very start, she has always been a woman thirsty for success, money, and power, and although she rejected Donald Trump at first, she saw how her career as a model grew like crazy due to the fact that she started to date the tycoon. And back in those days, the former model was in her prime and had the whole world ahead of her and was ready to achieve the American dream. And what better way to do it than hand in hand with one of the most powerful men in that said country? However, there was only one person that had left us stunned last year, and that was Stephanie Winston Wolkoff, because it's thanks to her that some of the dark hidden secrets and thoughts of the former lady were discovered. Before we delve into this information, we'll give you, our viewers, some good advice to keep secrets to yourself, because like in the case of the ex-model, you might have to have some misfortune to find and confine in total disloyal friends who will then go on to spread your hidden secrets to others. And now we shall tell you what exactly went down. When Stephanie, who has been Melania's best friend for almost 2 decades, released a book in which she described her relationship with Mrs. Trump, the author had said that she adored Melania Trump and that she was even immersed in the inauguration as well as in the organization of the First Lady's office. However, she had also revealed that she had ended up in the hospital due to stress. For that, she was later fired, and even though she was an unpaid advisor, according to her, they wanted to make her a scapegoat for incompetence and corruption, though many opinions were against Stephanie, saying that she only wanted to clear her name and did not mind crushing the friendship that she had with Donald's wife, and therefore many are taking this book as some sort of revenge. Among the most prominent comments about her former friends, Stephanie made it clear that Melania is actually not all that different from her husband after all, and according to her, they are on similar wavelengths and have similar personalities. Winston Wolkoff said that Donald Trump's wife is very comfortable in her marriage and that she's not unhappy at all, which is what a lot of people have theorized. And she also added that he calls her a partner in the relationship and not a humble wife. In addition to alluding to the former First Lady's secret life, Stephanie made Melania look manipulative in her descriptions. The former friend even went as far as to record a conversation with Mrs. Trump in which she complained about various aspects of being the then president's wife. And in those messages, Melania Melania allegedly complained about, among other things, having to pay attention to the case of the children in the ICE detention centers, as well as refusing to participate in the decoration of the White House. And now that would make sense because in most of her speeches, she is perceived as she is unhappy. What about you, Curious? Do you perceive her that way too? Stephanie also revealed much about the Trump family ties, and according to her accounts, the hatred between Melania and Ivanka, Donald's daughter from his first marriage, is greater than some have imagined, as Ivanka has tried to undermine and limit Melania's position as the First Lady. She allegedly even tried to take possession of her office space, attempted to take over events, and invite Stephanie to meetings to get information from her about what her father's wife might be doing. According to the publication, Ivanka has been stealing top-paid staff positions. There was going to be some sort of fight in the field of the stepmother and stepdaughter, and Stephanie even exposed their conspiracy against Ivanka, which they called Operation Block Princess, and that Melania and now her former friend had allegedly successfully plotted to prevent Ivanka Trump's face from being too close to her father's during the swearing-in ceremony. Did any of you expect that from the First Lady herself? Now that Melania and her husband had left the White House, things did not end on a good note. According to CNN, SSRS polls, Donald had finished his presidency with a record-breaking disapproval rating, and it turns out that his wife is no different. As per information provided by the publication, the former First Lady ended her term with a 40% unfavorable rating. This compares to her approval rating of 42%, which is still higher than her husband's, as his approval is only at 30% while disapproval is at 60%. Ouch. CNN had noted that these figures for the president's wife are really unusual. Reporter Harry Anton chimed in on the issue and said that traditionally the First Ladies are uniformly admired, and since their position is unelected and usually controversial, which according to him makes it hard to be unpopular. But who is above Melania on that list, and what is their rating? That would be none other than Hillary Clinton, who had left the White House in 2001. Her approval rating was 52%, while unfavorable was 39%. Though the difference for this could also be that Clinton had run and was elected to the US Senate during her husband's term, which could have helped boost her score. Do you think the things we mentioned in this video contributed to Mrs. Trump's score? Could it be that she actually has a much darker side than she knows? Well, after all, who knows what kind of thoughts she might have had, since she often seems to act with somewhat of a cold seriousness and a calculating look on her face. But tell us, Curious, what do you think of her former friend's revelations? Was there anything in them that surprised you or shocked you? What do you think of Melania in general? Did you like her as the First Lady? Let us know in the comments below, and as always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our future videos. Until next time.